Alright guys, we have a meter set up. I'm hooked up to one of the voice coils on this dual 2-ohm voice coil subwoofer, and it's reading 2.6, 2.7. Now I want you to watch what happens whenever I agitate this. See how high that ohm load goes up to? 30, 20, 11, 12. It all depends on how much is moving. Alright, taking these two leads, which are running off the second voice coil on this subwoofer, I'm going to touch them to the terminals on this driver. I'll show you in a second, because I've got to use all the hands. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to push this other sub. Can y'all see that? You turn it this way. It actually goes up and down. It's probably not showing up on camera. My arm is moving and all that. There you go. See it? That's because it's getting the voltage from that speaker right through these cables into this little driver here. Basically, this thing is one really big microphone. If you hooked up these two wires to an input to a microphone input on something, you could hear this noise, and you could hear me talking over it pretty well too. Now, the size of the microphone diaphragm is so large that it would be horrible as a microphone. However, it absolutely is a microphone. All right, now we're reading voltage. Okay. So I got it set to 20 volts, and we're just going to move the cone. You can see voltage being created by moving the cone. That voltage is what causes the impedance to rise whenever you're playing your system. You hit those low notes, the subwoofer goes to moving, and that voltage it's creating impedes the flow of the electricity going to the subwoofer. So the more it moves, the more it impedes. So yes, the same thing works with a guitar pickup. Part of a guitar pickup being microphonic, that's because the moving parts, the magnet and the coil inside that pickup, are vibrating. If sound outside makes that coil vibrate in relation to that little magnet inside, it picks up your voice. That's why whenever you wax pot it, meaning you fill that thing with wax, it stops the coil from vibrating separately from the magnet and prevents sound from being able to get through the pickup. Essentially what you're doing is stopping the diaphragm from moving. If you stop the diaphragm from moving, then it can't transmit sound anymore. But it still picks up the magnetic field being broken by this string on the electric guitar. As that string is vibrating in that field, it translates in. This is also how the sensor in a street, whenever you pull up to a red light, works. There's a coil underground that whenever you pull the metal frame of your car into that field, it picks it up and tells the computer that there's a car sitting there. That works exactly the same way as an electric guitar pickup does. Can a pickup on a guitar be used as a microphone? Yes. As long as it's not potted, it will work as a microphone to some degree. Can it be used as a speaker? Yes. If you put a signal on a guitar pickup that's not potted, it will absolutely be a speaker for a very short period of time. I highly suggest you don't do this to a pickup that you want to keep, because it's most likely going to burn the tiny little coil. But it will work. Can a speaker be used as a guitar pickup? Yes. If you get a speaker and mount it right up next to your strings, where the coil and the diaphragm are right close to each other, that magnet and that coil are inside or close enough to those strings, it will absolutely work as a microphone and as a pickup. There is a caveat to that, however. The magnet on most speakers is going to be way too strong to allow the strings to vibrate. So when you get the magnet pretty close to the strings, they're going to stick to the magnet. Also, if you use a pickup with a high enough power magnet in it, it will cause the strings to pull towards the pickup and will reduce the amount of the length of the time that the string will vibrate after you pluck it, because the magnet is slowly stopping it. And this is also how electric brakes on roller coasters work. They use a magnetic field around the track, around the aluminum bits that run through it from the cars, and those magnetic fields slow down the car. This technology is used everywhere. All these things will work interchangeably. A speaker is a microphone is a pickup. Always. Granted, they're all good at their jobs. They're all bad at the other jobs, but they will absolutely interchange jobs. On the same note, you know about a single coil and a humbucking pickup. Why does a humbucking pickup buck hum? Well, that's easy. A single coil pickup is using a positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative pulse. As the string is moving up and down in the field actually helps move the string, and it creates a resonance which causes the feedback. Whenever you have a humbucking pickup, you have two coils. One of them is flipped from the other one, so that while the string's moving up and down, it's creating both a positive and negative on both strokes. So it's positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative. What that means is, at no point will the magnetic field agitate the string. That means it will not create the hum or the squeals. On the same note, a single coil pickup will have more oomph and bite and squealiness to it because it doesn't have the reverse coil. It's just got one. And that one coil is going to help that string do things and push it sonically into a different area and give you a different sound. That's why single coil pickups and double coil or humbucking pickups sound differently. Still, it's the same thing. A humbucking pickup works essentially like having one sub one way and one sub with the polarity flipped. One cancels out the other. Same kind of concept. Same thing with an electric motor. If you put speaker wires to an electric motor, it absolutely will spin, sort of. It'll kind of jiggle. That's how a transducer works. Well, some transducers. Like the bass shaker that you put under your seat, kind of like that. That's also where you get alternator whine in a vehicle. The alternator spinning creates a sound. That signal pulse gets transmitted in there electromagnetically to your input wires to something, and you start getting a microphonic signal from the alternator, or any other electric motor, or any other moving magnets, or any other coils, anywhere. So yes, I know you're thinking it. If you put enough power, enough amplifier power on the generators in the Hoover Dam, you could create one massive subwoofer. And it's all the power of knowledge, guys. If you liked it, hit the like button and hit that subscribe button. If you didn't like it, well, you wasn't thinking hard enough. Peace.